Okay, listen. Yeah, so this regression of intelligence over time will not be helpful when we start outsourcing thinking to this digital librarian that can talk, that claims can increase our lifespan, but really it's a puppet for those people or those beings we call the fallen ones. Yeah, the fallen ones. Okay, Satan and his friends, or basically the serpent and co. Eh? So, their kingdom, right? So we know where we are, we know where we stand. Perspective is important, right? If you're trying to go somewhere, you must know where you are, who you are with, and why you are with them. Mm? Eh? It always starts with flying objects, right? Prince of the air, eh? The devil, prince of the air, the flying serpent, right? There's some countries that have as a national treasure this flying serpent, yeah, that this prince of the air, right? So those are the known shapes. So this is the future and the past at the same time. Okay, so I'm trying to cover my bases. Okay, just transfer information. Okay, so I've seen UFOs that are like cigars. I've seen those that are like boomerangs. You know, a boomerang is like a V that people throw in the sky, and I've seen a UFO that move like that. You know, and there are others that are like capsules. You know, those, I don't know, those are amoxicillin capsules. Just like that, you see a craft like that, you know, and there are those that are like V's, have lights across the V, right? Those are like extremely huge. Okay, these are the recorded ones, so there might be others out there, but that's it, you know. And in these machines, there are actually those beings that claim to be gods, our creators, right? But in reality, whatever they are doing and whatever they know is just a magic trick. It is just technology. Yeah, it's just technology, right? But we were deceived. Yeah, we were deceived. Okay, they say that they departed, but in reality they did not depart. They changed form. They changed form. Okay, they changed form. They unlocked. Okay, they give us knowledge to unlock our matrices, to allow these angels to pass through the matrix and be born in the flesh. Okay, because in normal reality the matrix is very tight. Yeah, the woman's womb is very sensitive. Okay, that's why a donkey cannot have a baby by a dog. Okay, the scientists might say that it's, I don't know, temperature or acidity or canicity, but it is a larger thing than that. Okay, it's compatibility. Now this compatibility is in like many levels. Okay, I do not want even to begin to peel that onion, because there's a funny thing that God always does. When you start peeling that onion, it never ends. You might take your whole life just peeling that onions, okay, and finding new things every single day. Literally, God can do that to you. Okay, because God put curiosity within us, and He also put boredom. Okay, these things are, they exist. Curiosity and boredom. Okay, now this 9 to 5 culture has killed curiosity and has increased boredom. No wonder people want to kill themselves. No wonder people go wild in the weekends and drink themselves to a coma. because it does not entertain curiosity. Everything is formal, right? We call this 9 to 5 formal, right? So the death of 9 to 5, if you ask me, in my perspective, AI is supposed to kill the 9 to 5. It is a good thing. It was unhealthy. That's my opinion. Okay, I've tried out the 9 to 5 situation, and it is soul sucking. Okay, it is soul sucking. Okay, because remember, time is quite interesting. Time is quite interesting, and especially when you try to quantify it. If you try to quantify time, is trying to play God. Okay, that's why I think this thing is backfiring, because we are trying to play God. Okay, He is the Alpha and Omega. He knows the beginning and the end of everything. So why are we watching our watches and doing this this rat race that get us killed, right? Most people above 40 have back issues. Why? Office. Yes, they are fat. Why? Because of offices. And you can change this. You can change this. You can say, now the office is trying to adapt new ways to I don't know, to make healthier workers. But in reality, that is gonna make your bottom line suffer, because you equate, the system is like that. It equates money and time. Okay, so the enemy of man are these two things, money and time, right? What causes the issue of, I don't know, the rise in prices and everything? Cost and time. Okay, cost and time. That's what it does. Yeah. This time is not. There's scarcity of this product, then cost rise. It's like that. It's this. So this is the devil's game. Okay, this is the devil's game, and that game is coming to an end. Okay, it's coming to an end. So when we see these massive layoffs, economy is struggling and it's coming to an end, and we need to recognize it. Okay, and even though we see it as a problem, but if we were to go on, if everything was fine right now, we would be in deep trouble. We will be in deep trouble. Okay, this trouble that we are in it will seem like nothing, right? The devil is trying to stir up trouble everywhere, right? Everywhere. Yeah, they are trying to fight over the Suez Canal, the Red Sea, over there in Taiwan. Everywhere the devil is causing war, and Esau is being the perfect tool for war. Okay, so Esau needs to take responsibility by recognizing that he's being used. Okay, so as they can stop their children from conscripting in these armies that basically use them as mercenaries for the cause of the devil, plain and simple. Okay, I'm not talking to these Nephilim. I'm talking to the families that send their children to war, just so as, I don't know, they can find a job or something. You think Christ will just leave you, will not make you pay for what you have done? It's insane. Okay, all I can tell you is this: in these last days, God will have mercy on Jacob, not because Jacob is the most perfect. No, He'll just have mercy on Jacob because the oppression of Jacob has reached its end. Okay, the world needs peace, and Jacob has to rule. Okay, so you need to get right with that. Okay, I see this pushback, this denial that the black man is not in the Bible. Like if you ask basically simple questions, these people, like, they can give you answers. They can give you answers, but it is right there. It is right there. It's obvious. So it's quite interesting that people now have what the Bible is saying, that they hate the truth. They hate the truth, like blatantly. They hate the truth, and they deserve judgment for whatever it's worth. They deserve judgment. Okay, they deserve judgment, plain and simple. Okay, so using the resources of this continent will make our kingdom. Yeah, God will make a kingdom here using these resources under our feet. Yeah, so yeah. So before their departure, of course, they were in places of power, right? As we know. Eh, Conveniently, these beings could reproduce with humans, yeah, for whatever excuse they had. Maybe they were humans, maybe our thingies are the copies of their thingies or whatever, because there's this video in India where it's like it's their thing, it's their thing. Sex is in the center of their deception, because they want to spread their seed. They want to make more human serpent hybrids in order to make more vessels for more fallen angels to come here, right? And then they give these fallen angels seats of power. So they look like Esau, they look like Jacob, but deep inside they're demons. Okay, they're demons, they're evil. So it's a situation. It's a situation. Okay, but that situation is being solved. It's being solved by the truth. Okay, so they installed these children of theirs all over the world, right? Here in Africa, in Europe, in Asia, everywhere, right? If you look at their history, they will tell you that we are the children of the serpent. They will tell you this: we are the children of the serpent. Yeah, we are the children of the serpent, or they have to do something with reptiles or serpents. So that is just a straight on pointing that they were not normal humans. They were not normal humans. Yeah, some of them were okay, but they exaggerated these features in order to look like their fathers. Yeah, their fathers, and they lived long lives, and they reproduced themselves with many wives. You can see how the world can get spoiled real quick, right? Because we know powerful men and women, it's their temptation. Yeah, women like powerful men with a lot of wealth. It's a temptation that the devil has set up so as he can reproduce, because he knows that these fallen angels are the most powerful people here on earth, right? And they are the most wealthiest people also, right? So they spread their seed like that. Yeah, they spread their seed like that, and they take over everywhere slowly and meticulously. But what cannot be broken is the link between them. Okay, so if you find the link between them, you can tie them all together back to two people. Okay, back to two people, a woman and a fallen angel. So that needs to stick in our minds. Copper, gold, mtiki, the mti wa mtiki ule utakuja kuwa dili sana ule for some reason. For some reason abitu upande sana for some reason na pia I'm gonna talk about these nocturnal storms ambazo iko moja Afrika hapa. I'm gonna talk about it and what I think it is, right? So until these supposed gods return, there's a normalization program going on where people imitate Nephilim, right? We see the hat of the Pope, right, or the bishop. They have this big hat that exaggerates the size of their head, right? It exaggerates the size of their head. That is a Nephilim connection. Okay, it's uncomfortable, but it's the truth. Okay, and I feel nothing about it because, again, I love the truth more than I love people, right? I love the truth more than I love people. That's the first law: love God and then love thy neighbor, right? In that order. In that order. So if I love the truth, then I just change the lie. It's plain and simple. How hard is it to change a heart? How hard is it to change a heart? Really? I mean, let's talk about it, let's talk about it. How hard is it to change a heart, but people have different explanations that I don't know, it is a fish or whatever, I don't know. Again, these are just symbols. These are just symbols. They reflect in no way how God is. Okay, there's no way to express God. Like, there's an infinite way to express God. So there is no infinite. There is no way to express God. Okay. But if we took a face of a person, then there is a way, right? So if people deny it, then they deny it. It's their right. It's free will. Okay. God literally likes people to use their free will to love him, or for better or worse, hate him, right? I don't know. So he's the Alpha and Omega. Okay, you should never forget that. So we see these pharaohs' hats, they have huge hats, all these top hats of Babylon. Why do they have such high heads? While the human head is like, if these people use, it's a waste of material, it's a waste of space, and it's a waste of physics, right? Because the heart has a center of gravity on top of your center of gravity. So, like, you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Unless you have a huge Nephilim head that you're trying to hide with this heart, then it would be impractical for a person with a normal head to have a high top hat. Let's just be reasonable, people, right? And I've shown you these skulls. Yeah, I've shown you these skulls. I'll show you again in this video. Yeah, they call the elongated skulls, and they call the elongated skulls. Yeah, so some princes and kings of and queens of Egypt have these skulls. Some of them might be just fake, that their hearts were made like that, but it's not about their appearance. Their appearance can be a clue, but their blood proves it all. Okay, there will be a foreign DNA in there. There will be a foreign DNA that is not human. Their birth will not be a human. It won't be just a seed of a man and a woman. No, it will be something else. Okay, though that something else creates the vessels for this Nephilim. Well, okay. So all of these facial makeups, wigs, I'm gonna prove it to you that it is all connected to sorcery and witchcraft. Yeah, wigs. Look at the judges of Babylon in the past. They all wore these white wigs, and they wore this white makeup on their face. And why do you think they do that? They wore these costumes Why do you think they did that? Because they're trying to look like gods. They're trying to look like gods. So these the judicial system was set up to be like, to take the seat of God. Okay, that's the fallen world. So we have to reinterpret the system. Okay, that's how we rectify. Okay, that's how I have been attacking the judicial system the way I have, because it is set up to pretend to be God, and it needs to change. Okay, it needs to change. Okay, if God does not condemn people, then who are we to condemn? Okay, and it's like a perpetual sins of nation, right? This is how you trick an entire nation to curse itself. Okay, our Father's prayer, what does it say? Eh? That God should forgive our sins as much as we forgive each other, right? It's quite, it's plain and easy, right? But it seems the system finds more and more ways to put people in prison for even idiotic crimes, like petty crimes. Some people have done like experiments, supposedly they lowered jail time for small crimes, and that resulted into increase in crime. Like what? Like you solve a physical problem, but you left out a spiritual aspect in this. Like, do you expect these people to just be nice just because you lowered your fine? Are you stupid? Of course their evil will increase. But if you feed these people spiritually, you feed them spiritually, you'll see the crimes go down themselves without even you doing hard work. But nah, they rather have you pay for cameras and infringe on people's rights, and of course they will use these cameras to control even you. uh, it's like, it's evil, man. There's nothing I can tell you to express my concerns. It's evil. Okay, it's evil. I'm just letting you uh, into the mind of God. Just a piece that I've been given. Right? So it's like we have imprisoned ourselves. Okay, and we have to break these curses. We have to undo what we done wrong. Okay, and follow these two simple rules, these two simple shackles that tie us to God. First, we must love Him, God, and second, we must love each other. Must. It's not a request. Must love each other in whatever sense. And even if you don't have a relation to the person you love, you are related to Adam and Eve, so you are of relation. You just don't choose to recognize that. So that is what we should slowly be walking up to. Okay, it's unfortunate that some of us might reach there through the hard way, through suffering and death and despair, just to find God, down that road. Okay, but God knows better. God knows better. God knows better. He's the Alpha and Omega, right? So we people of faith have exactly that faith, that wherever He's choosing, we don't choose to question it. Whatever He does, we don't choose to question it. We just take it by faith. Yeah, we take it by faith. And it is what it is. It is what it is. Okay, and we, Jacobs and Esau's, should stop being tools, okay, of obvious evil. Okay, obvious evil, right? If you have a leader that is literally preparing your army to attack another country, then arranging you in battalions, and this conquering spirit, this is This is the spirit of Esau that Esau needs to stop. Okay, Jacob does not have this spirit. Yeah, because it is not Jacob that was blessed with being a hunter. So it's like really interesting, it's really interesting seeing the world how it is going on right now. Okay, and all I can say to people that are talking about the truth, talk about the truth now harder than ever. Right, I see people slowing down. Okay, you see me, I'm on fire. Okay, I'm not even done, because I've not even begun, to be honest. Okay, so all of these hairstyles, what we see in the movies, as I will show you, all these crafts that seem to appear and show themselves to express high technology, just to bring confusion. It's just the same operation repeating itself over and over. Okay, we now basically we admire these, we have admiration. Yeah, there's a whole site that there's a YouTube channel out there that is called Gaia. It is basically a channel that admires their technology, admires their civilizations, because if you are able to travel, if space was real and you are able to travel from a, a, a galaxy to galaxy, you are high technology. I can't even describe the level of technology that I can't. Okay, if you're even able to travel from solar system to solar system, the level of technology that you have is insane. It would be like magic to us, right? Even if you leave us with just a single circuit board, that will change our entire lives. Not a whole ship, just a circuit board, that will change our whole lives and how we see lives and everything. But it's not true. So what is it for, really? It's for your soul. It's a game for your soul. So you better secure it, okay, as I'm trying to secure it right now by feeding you this knowledge, arming you with information, arming you with information, right? You see me, you see me. If you see me getting muscular and fat and taller, then you know it's time for war. But now look at me. No, this is the war is different now. Yeah, the war is different. Yeah, the war is different. Okay, the war is different. So if you do not have a Samson, you have a weak David. Because it is what it is required now. So we need to use our brains and our will, regardless of external pressure, regardless of whatever. We need to practice our will, because when it comes to it, when we stand in the throne of God, it then becomes about what we personally decided, not as a nation, no, what we personally decided and what we, okay, that's the only way to really reach the true verdict, right? So God will see through the soul and will know exactly what the peoples think. So the more people start to think of peace, then God will bring peace. But if everybody is thinking about war and is desperate to protect themselves and kill the neighbor, then God will give you exactly that. Okay, so these times of troubles we must show compassionate more than ever. Okay, but You see, compassion is fleeting. Compassion is fleeting faster than our economy. Yeah. So the event, the return. This seems to be the last deception that these people have been cooking. Yeah, because the psyop of space has not died, ladies and gentlemen. It's still active, very, very active, with maintenance, regular maintenance of Mars rovers taking pictures and stuff. So, as I've said in the previous video, right? Blood, economy, faith. This is how really brotherhoods are formed, right? The lack of these then causes division. Yes, if we do not believe in the same things, if we do not believe in God, this group believes that they are God. That's what the Nephilim see themselves. They think they are God because they supposedly gave us everything, right? Because they stole from God, so they are not God. Yeah. The economy, yeah, they create different regions. They give the economy to destabilize that area. Yeah, it's not about, sometimes, let me teach you something. Sometimes, this is why I'm pointing my finger at Rwanda and Kenya. Okay, you have to understand this. To destabilize a place, sometimes it's not just about taking things and making people poor. No, sometimes it's about putting stuff in, right? When we are in school, we are given this example that, when the southern part of our country were fighting, the Hehe and all of these tribes were going at each other, right? The Wazungu came and they told them, yo, we take this group, we give them wealth, and then you use this wealth to destabilize the whole region, right? And these people who were given these weapons or wealth think that they're in a better position in that regard. They're in a better position. But if you were to take out that wealth, right, there will be nothing left. And that nothing left is their power over you. Okay, so I'm not speaking against you. I'm speaking for you, right? It's a trick of theirs. Okay, they have done it even here, right? And we are fighting back. We are fighting back. But if these people try to be manipulative, then we fight back. But being just people who just say yes, that will destabilize this whole situation. And me personally, I have no interest in fighting no country. Okay. Okay, I'll stop you in your tracks. Bloodshed is not good, so we should, all of us, watch our decisions. Yeah, I've told you this many times. The next war in Africa, the big war, they are planning for it to be here, Tanzania to be the hotbed of the whole ordeal. So they are working hard to spread misinformation, to put leaders that are actually warmongers, and like, it's like obvious, because they are trying to destabilize this region. Yeah, they're just trying to destabilize my kingdom. Okay, are you gonna let them do that? For whatever reason, are you gonna let them do that? Okay, we know that these people have a habit of paying people to wage war, but like, sheesh, it's ridiculous. Like, this shows that if you can be paid to go murk some person, it shows that there is something lacking in your souls now. Okay, that's where we begin. How about that? Okay, that's where we begin. So as long as they keep distracting people by blowing up churches, blowing up mosques, so as people's prayers cannot reach God, so then the church needs to move within people's hearts. How about that? Within people's hearts, protect each other, not just to look out for one's own interests. Okay, that that type of mentality is the downfall of Western and Eastern and African societies. Yeah, that's the downfall. Selfishness. They look out for, everybody looks out for their own interests. What is famously called, capitalism. Sorry. It's capitalism. It's a system, and it demands you to act like that in order to survive. Yeah, it demands us to be savages. Okay, so it's a situation. Okay, that's why we see even Jacob's acting like Esau, Esau's acting like Jacob, because these are spiritual wars. Okay, so in order to free ourselves, then we need to unshackle our souls by these empty ideas of racism and tribalism and war and whatever. This constant state of paranoia. Paranoia. Like, why does Ethiopia want to go to war? Like, they are fighting in Tigray. That's not enough. They want to go fight over there with the, I don't know, Eritrea or Somalia, I don't know, fighting over a port. Like, what? Who has the money to go to war now? And whoever convinced you that this is the time to fight war is trying to damage your economy, and that's exactly what they're gonna do. So if you go to this war, I'll tell you what's gonna happen. Okay, because I've seen some things, and some things have come true. Okay, so this situation will kick off harder when certain things happen. Okay, this kingdom will kick off harder when some nations wake up and actually join us in a spiritual sense and in a physical sense. Physical sense, I'm talking governments should be working hard to remove any impurities in relationships. If you even had a scuffle in the border, you either get rid of that border or handle that scuffle. Right? People right now are too savages to take off borders. Okay, too savages to to eliminate the borders. They're too savages. We are not there yet spiritually. We are still trying to survive. Everybody is trying to survive because we are in a constant state of war since birth. So I understand, but again, I have to say it. Okay, and most importantly, all of these blood, economy, and faith, they need physical contact, right? They need physical contact. That's the basis of human. This technology is just an illusion. It's just an illusion. That's the truth. Technology is an illusion. You need to realize that. It's a wonderful and beautiful illusion that can be used for good, but regardless, it is still an illusion. Okay, it can be put to an end at any time, because if it is an illusion, then there's an engineer behind this illusion. Yeah. So we're trying to make a long-lasting situation if India wants to completely eliminate racism, then fathers of Africans, fathers of Indians should let the intermarriage go on, and not put put pressure on their daughters and men to not marry each other. It's a spiritual thing. If that hatred is so insane that it can even be justified to go to war over. It can be like that. So um, it's a mess. Let's get to the pictures and finish this. So we have works of art. Works of art. We have this American Horror Story, right? They have these symbols here. So mostly we're gonna be talking about symbols and some hidden. So we have a tattoo marker, right? Tattoo marker, a thing that permanently changes the body, right? How do you permanently change the world? By using that tattoo pen. There is a tattoo pen that doctors like, right? That changes people. Okay, that's a symbol over there. That's why it is like that, right? And then on this side we have, of course, the serpent seed. Serpent seed. Okay, now can a person be turned to be like that? Yes, of course they can. Okay, now I don't know if you will be able to tell the difference, because their thirst for being in a vessel like that has an animal, I don't know, in it, we cause them to act in a certain manner, in a certain way, but God is more powerful because clay is his, everything is his, but we should be concerned about the engineers of this. So here we have what the beast is planning, right? So the red is the kingdom of the whore, right? We see the whore right here, and that house over there, that house is Zion. Okay, that house is Zion. This is how they encompass this camp of the saints. How do we know it's Zion? First, it's a storm above the house. It's a common thing being used. But it's a pillar of fire. Really, it's a pillar of fire. So it's a prince in Zion. So this devil, this woman, and we shall see that this woman is actually a man. So these are the stories, that they have been programming people with. Look at this. Look at this. This is literally what our ancient fathers, look at the hole in the brain, the hole right there. We talked about these holes, right? And they are holes of lizards, right? So this thing here, it is made up, That's why they have the giant hearts. And this side, of course, we have the vampires, and we know the law of the vampires, right? We have the originals and we have those who are transformed. Okay, the same as these. These are considered the law forms of aliens in the alien cycles. I've not talked about the alien cycles, people. I have much more information for you, right? There are levels to aliens. Not all aliens are the same. Okay, in accounts to all the alien contacts that people have had over the years. Okay, these are the workers. Okay, these are the workers. Okay, so here is another movie from this franchise, right? And of course we have them here. They are changing form in the water, Of course, vampires are dead, so they can survive in the water. And if they come out of the water, their skin is already pale. So I don't think it can get any paler. Or it does, and they heal, right? So this is more Nephilim talk, right? So this above here is a suit, and people speculate it's a suit. It's a suit to make them survive the sun, right? Just like vampires are afraid of the sun, they are also these aliens, because they have artificial bodies. The sun burns, yeah, the sun burns, and of course they have not forgotten the holes. Those are supposed to be the ears. Yeah, and of course we have the storm, yeah, in the dry land. Why are these two fighting each other? This is the deception, right? The aliens are gonna come here and say, these are the problem. They're gonna stop them, and we're gonna thank them. And now they're gonna upgrade our DNA and unlock our DNA, quote unquote unlock our DNA. Okay, but these two things are the product of the same being, which is Satan. So if if they are fighting now, just like how Enoch described, maybe that's gonna happen to them. It is gonna happen to them. They're gonna fight among themselves. That's why their kingdom is gonna collapse. They're gonna fight among themselves. Yeah, how is a kingdom divided supposed to stand? Okay, I ask you, how is the kingdom divided supposed to stand? Okay, so the effort of me creating one kingdom is actually exactly what God intends. Okay, what he does not like is a fallen angel being the king, leading Esau and Jacob. That's what God is against. Okay, so I don't know who. Nimrod might have been a true prince of Israel, right? Might be a true. That's why he was able to do and conquer the entire world, right? And of course he was a black man. But again, he might have made choices, because if you are a prince, the stakes are much higher. Okay, if you're a prince, the stakes are much higher for every decision you make, right? It's just like that. It's just a game. Okay, it's just a game how it is, right? The stakes are higher. Maybe he transformed himself, because the Bible says he became a mighty man. Okay, mighty man is a Nephilim. Okay, is it possible to turn a person into a Nephilim? Yes, it is very, very, very possible to turn a person into a crazed maniac, thirsty for blood, constantly hearing the devil on their ear. It is very, very possible. Okay, so those people who have those syringes, I think they should be careful with what is in those. Okay, they might be up for judgment if they are not careful or responsible enough for what they give their patients. So above we have an atomic bomb going off, and below we have a child. Now how are these two things connected? Yeah, how are these two things connected? This movie might come up with some ridiculous meaning or whatever. Okay, but remember this terminology I used. I said they are trying to have a controlled diving, where you dive but you control where you are sent in order to determine where you land. Okay, so Babylon knows that it is falling. The Nephilim hybrid fallen angels in the spiritual realm and in this realm know that their time is up, right? They know they're inevitable, right? So they're trying to take advantage. Okay, they're trying to take advantage of the opportunity, right? So how can they do it? For instance, you might wonder. So God says that most countries will be destroyed in war, right? And at the end, people will mostly live a different type of life, right? Different type of life. But most important is the kingdom, Zion, right? Zion will be created, and people will flow into Zion, right? Nations will flow into Zion. That's what the Bible uses, says, yeah. So the flowing of these peoples, if they look like humans, then they themselves can infiltrate and spread their seed. And this seed, since the vessels will contain angels who have secrets of heaven, of course they will occupy places of high stature, right? And again, they will install their King Apollo to the throne again. Okay, so I am on. God has shown me that this is their plan, right? And they're going to perhaps use me or use you, right, to create this bond, to force us to bond with them, yeah. And I've talked about bond, yeah. Blood, faith, economy, right? Right now they're in a phase of integrating us economically, right? Forcing us to pick a side, to pick a side that is not gonna be destroyed, right? And then after that they're gonna tie us to the faith. Okay, we are already tied by faith, right? We are already Christians, we have Christian values, yeah. We agree upon sensitive subjects like whatever, right? All of them, in fact. Right? But last is the blood tie, yeah. The blood tie, and the blood tie is being engineered now, yeah. They're offering free visas. They're saying, we have shortage of workers, because they want to tie you with the Nephilim in the blood. Okay, now for those who will be falling for the trap, I don't warn everybody. Okay, I don't warn everybody, right? For those who I can't reach, God will reach you. To be careful, right? To be careful, because this is what they want. This is the last, right? The sand over here moves from this upper bulge moving down, right? So this is the serpent, yeah. And here, of course, we have the serpent in the flesh, yeah. The serpent in the flesh. They're just coming out now. Yeah, they're just coming out now. Okay, but this is not just. It's their king. It's their king. That's why they are doing all of this. And of course, that hand right there, if you remove that child, that hand is holding a mouse pad, right? Mouse pads are held like that. So they use technology to compromise the woman's womb in order to allow Nephilim to have children with women. Okay, so this thing will remain quiet, right? It will be right there within women, right? Who have fallen victim to this trap. Okay, but if they get sexual with a Nephilim, then they will have a Nephilim child. Okay, and then they will have their own test that I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so that is the weeping that is going to happen if people do not listen. Okay, it's going to be tough, it's going to be hard, it's going to be painful, it's going to be uncomfortable. But for those people who have heeded the warnings, it will be a leisure, literally a leisure, because you will find favor. So look at these products, like a lot, you know. Some of them I didn't even know come from oil. Or I didn't even think that they came from oil. Let me just phrase it like that. 6,000. 6,000. Over 6,000 products produced from one exploit. One. 6,000 products. How are we poor? How is this world in the state that it is in? There's a conspiracy. And as long as you don't believe that conspiracy exists, then the conspiracy thrives. Okay, now back to those nocturnal storms, right? So these are if you want to find in the past where the Nephilim fought each other, using energy weapons, these are the deserts. The deserts. Okay, they are not natural. These are a form of punishment given to humanity. Because this is a lot of land. Like look at Africa over there. That's a lot of land being turned into a desert. Look at Australia. There it's even worse. Look at between Asia and Europe over there. It's a harsh desert, and so because of war and blood. Okay, but why are they not recovering? Why are these areas not recovering? Energy as it is, it gets converted and it changes form. Why are these areas not recovering? But what type of weapon was it used over there? These are that curiosity coming back again, right? So this map is going to be important, because this is how the world is actually shaped, right? This is how the world is actually looking like. Okay, so these lines that move from left to right or right to left are actually cycles. You understand? Left to right, right to left, they're actually cycles. So those longitudes, they're actually cycles. Cycles. So the earth is shaped like this, and the countries and continents are like this. So the farther you move to the north, you move the center to the center of the earth, right? Move to the south, you according to the orientation that we use in our minds. The orientation that has been programmed into our minds, like computers. We move further we get further to the wall, right? There's a wall that keeps all of this water from supposedly quote unquote. You have heard of this argument when you when you present such things as, I don't know, the earth is flat to people. They usually say, so the water is flowing somewhere. Like, no, there's a barrier. Okay, that protects the water. So this barrier keeps everything contained. Okay, and water has never risen above this barrier. God will not allow it. right? And also God will not allow the entire world to be flooded. Okay, he promised he won't do it. Okay, so this is you can pause and read it. Yeah, supposedly the world also has chakras. Okay, chakras I've said in the previous video. I'm gonna talk about it in the piezoelectricity situation in the near future, but really they are important sites. Yeah, important sites. So if you look at this map, yeah, these are where places where these supposed chakras are. Okay, we have one in Australia, we have one up there in Egypt, we have one in the Middle Eastern or Middle. We have one in Europe, we have one in America, we have one in Mexico, and we have one, of course, in Southern Africa, and of course we have one in South America, right? But if you look at this map, doesn't look familiar with this? Yeah, looks familiar, right? The deserts are burnt. Okay, so this is back to that piezoelectricity. Okay, so this is even chakras, they are piezoelectricity, right? So have you heard of the phenomenon ley lines? Yeah, these are magnetic fields. Okay, so these lines here are actually in a cycle. Yeah, they're just cycles within cycles within cycles, okay, of energy. Okay, I will explain it. But you have to know that these things exist, right? So that's why we have a magnetic field change over there in Uganda, right? Because it lies on top of these ley lines that people have forgotten about in the past, right? And of course, maps like this tell you the truth, right? It is the center, right? It is the center. Yeah. So, of course, they have to put something over there. A big stone structure. Remember, crystals store electricity. That is piezoelectricity, right? So those three pyramids over there, those are literally electrical devices. Okay, you don't see the electricity, you don't measure the electricity because of the technology that you have. Okay, it is not it was not designed from the bottom up to detect that type of electricity, but that thing is electric. Okay, and it is affecting that area. Okay, so this is another peculiar phenomenon. Okay, so you see those points are exactly where pyramids are built, these pyramids that have been discovered. Okay, remember that straight line is a cycle. If you refer to the UN map, yeah, it's a cycle. Okay, so it's a ring of machines. Okay, it's a ring of machines, and those triangles present places of high magnetic activity. Okay, I don't know this one on the east, I don't know, one of them must be Bermuda, right? Because they are affecting the earth using these materials. Okay, now I'm gonna focus on disabling this machine. Okay, I'm gonna focus on disabling these machines. So if you focus in here, okay, there is one machine in Egypt and the other one over there, right? You need to destroy them. There's no other way. Okay, there's no other way, because these powerful electric fields, they are interfering with the natural fields that God has created. Right? Remember, these pyramids were built by these quote-unquote extraterrestrial gods, these serpent seeds. So of course they would want to kill us. Yeah, and of course we see the damage that has been done to uh, to to Egypt over there, right? So but the focus more is not on these on the north. I'm talking about somewhere near. So this is another one. I'm gonna leave you with the specialists to tell me what this is. Another line. It is making a U, right, from Asia over here crossing into Africa through Uganda and moving up to the Americas. But this here, this is one of the example of those nocturnal storms. Now these nocturnal storms are actually engineered. They're engineered. Okay, they're engineered. If you look at the colors, right? Now do a simple exercise. If you take the colors and represent them in a diagram of a chart, you'll see that it creates a pyramid, right? It creates a pyramid, right? Even here you see the colors change. The center is more intense than the outside. It's different from natural storms. The center is calm, the outside is harsh. Those have their own stories. Okay, but we have one nocturnal storm here. This is the picture. Okay, you can look at this. So there is something inside that is causing these storms. Okay, now let's take a break. Let's talk about the us looking like Nephilim. Okay, I talked about, I don't know, in this video, the other video. I'm recording this consecutively. Now I don't know if it is which. So the makeup today, women makeup, it is mostly hair, which is getting crazier and crazier, right? It's looking more and more like clown. Women are looking more and more like clowns. Look at this. They have colorful hair. Now they have monocolor, right? But in the near future it's gonna be multicolored. And then they have makeup under their eyes, on their lips, and of course their clothes. Now why did people do this to themselves? And of course they focus on their cheeks. Women have makeup for their cheeks. They have this whole routine of applying makeups on their cheeks. Because of course the devil is evil. There are glands in your face, in your cheeks. There are glands, and every day you apply makeup to these glands, you poison them. The Nephilim don't have these glands in their faces because they are not people, right? They do not have these glands, so they can wear makeup as much as they want without causing any damage to their skin. And you over here, you're just copying them and being stupid. Of course the nose represents the liar, right? Like Pinocchio, classic. So this is a Nephilim. You're literally looking at a Nephilim. And even in our tribes we used to do this. We used to dress up like spirits in order to be possessed, but it was some sort of way of channeling and talking to the spirits. That's why a person goes through all of this effort. You don't have to be wearing like this to be funny. Okay, I personally do not find this funny, and whoever thought this was funny and whoever tried to sell this as funny is being ridiculous. and literally being a crown themselves. It was because of the gods. Yeah, we try to honor the gods. Even today we see these parades in North America. They are dressing like this, aren't they? In Asia, yeah, they are dressing like this all over the world. They are dressing in colorful attire with makeup in their eyes, in their mouth, red in their mouth. The most selling color is red in the women selling nani, right? You might say clear, but red sells. Yeah, red, as in blood. Hmm? Blood in your like. Hmm? Look at this. We're gonna talk about the effects of electricity on living things. Right? Trust me, I'm teeing up something. Yeah, and we see, of course, this demon that has taken over this occasion of Christians. Yeah. I actually do not encourage you to have this statue anywhere near your situation. Okay, get rid of it. This is a demon. Yeah, it's a demon. It's a demon. It's not funny. Okay, so here is one. Yeah, now the weather people as usual have fancy theories to how these storms occur, right? Daytime the situation is like that, nighttime situation like that. Now me, I know a couple secrets of my own that I've been told. Yeah, now this is activation. This is open activation, right? Activation of this device that is over there. Yeah, now I don't know when or even if you hear what I'm telling you to do about this, but really there is something over there, down there, inside. Okay, now I don't know, this has been causing the planes to have accidents in Mwanza. I'm sure of it. This storm, it is an artificial one. It is an artificial storm. Okay, just go explore. We don't have money to explore, that's another problem. So this device will stay up, but I want you to know that it exists. Okay, if you do diving, you'll find a lot of garbage down there. And most likely it looks like a pyramid of some kind, or a pillar. Yeah, a pillar or a pyramid, or just a tiny conical thingy. Yeah, it has to have a shape, and it has to be of stone crystal, or a mixture of both, stone and crystal. Yeah. It has to be touching the ground. Okay, so you can imagine how deep that the whole situation is. Now I don't know when they install this device, but we shall see. We shall see. Maybe this device is the cause of that river over there. Maybe maybe that whole lake was made artificially. How about that? Hmm? Just a theory. Just a theory. But there's something weird about these nocturnal storms. And I would like to point out what I think about it, knowing what I know now, that it is possible to manipulate the weather in multiple ways. Yeah. Now, In other news, we have this demon here, yeah, and of course a serpent wrapping around their feet and coming out and being like a phallus. Okay, so this is what's about. Okay, they are ready to mate with the woman. They have prepared the womb of the woman to accommodate the Nephilim, to accommodate a copy of this creature inside a woman. Now I don't know how a woman might feel about that child, but regardless, you shouldn't be using your matrix for just games. It's serious. It's not for games. You do not have the same luxury as a man. Yeah, there is a trap for a man also, but again, it's about the matrix, allowing more of them to come here, not transforming the ones that are here and having to have two entities sharing one body. So this is just a product of mixing DNA. Yeah, nothing new. And of course it's a creature of the desert. Why? Because it is cold-blooded. Yeah, so the future they are hoping it's gonna be really hot. Yeah, so more of this sculpture of this being here, this old god. Yeah, now this movie here is also interesting. Yeah, this movie is about the fight between the Nephilim bloodline and David, yeah, or Jacob, the prince. Yeah, so you should watch it. It's quite interesting. It's the same themes that we have been talking about. Yeah, creating situations where making a greater evil, making this Nephilim seem like the next best thing. Like if these aliens come here, right, and start attacking everybody indiscriminately, yeah, nations will combine. We'll combine our might, we'll combine our force. That's what happens in Godzilla, that's what happens. It's a psychological warfare. Yeah? So they need us to forget. So in this movie it has of course a love angle. Okay, that's our favorite angle. Yeah? David is busy on their mission, keeping evil at bay. Yeah? Keeping evil at bay. But it's also talking about Apollo at the same time. Yeah? So it's a thrifty movie, right? This one here also, it's called Noah. Yeah, it's called Noah. It's quite interesting on itself. Yeah, it was released in 2013, I guess. I don't know, not quite sure. In this movie, as usual, the Nephilim are trying to collaborate with Jacob. Yeah, brethren of Noah, Jacob. Yeah? It's interesting. The whole Bible is about just one bloodline. Literally, one bloodline. Yeah, they don't follow Esau. They follow Jacob. Yeah? There's a reason for that. Yeah? Because if you set up Jacob, then Jacob will rule. The devil will not have power. But since the world wants to keep on cursing Jacob and calling Esau Jacob, then there's a problem. And the problem is this here. Yeah? These people down here are being used to wage war upon Noah. Yeah? And of course the Nephilim are trying to use that situation to go back to heaven. They literally say this in this movie. Literally say it. That the watchers came down here and taught man everything. They don't frame it as a sin. what they did, they didn't frame it that they not ask permission. Okay, creation was not theirs. They say that in this movie they say that we were eh, we loved humanity. Eh, we were there to watch over humanity. Eh? So we intervene. We gave humanity technology. They don't frame it as, they don't talk about the repercussions of what they did, the effects of what they did. They do not. They just skip over that fact, and frame themselves as they're just trying to return to heaven. Okay, and actually in this movie they were able to return back to heaven by killing everybody who's trying to attack Noah and the ark. Now imagine how much savage given the chance. So this is the deception, ladies and gentlemen. This is the deception. The devil trying to use Jacob to go back to heaven, right? To go back to heaven. Now for what purpose? I don't care. But he ain't going back up there, right? Unless God allows it. Yeah. But I will not be part of that deceptive. God is not a deceptive person. God does not use deception against his loved one. He loves his loved one, he tells them the truth. Okay? So these devils are trying to use deception, and are trying to say that God is endorsing their move, just like how they say in the dollar, right? Well, it's a lie. It's a lie. Yeah, that's what they're saying in the dollar. Okay, people don't say it. People didn't know now. Being revealing it to you now, right? They believe that whatever measures they're making me powerful. They're making Jacob powerful, and they have, right? They have been making us more powerful, but in order to take that power later, that's the deception of this Nephilim. So as long as we entertain them now, they will take and take and take and take and take until there's nothing, and then they'll start to take from themselves. So we are going to starve them of people that they could take. That's why God is collecting everybody on earth onto a single place. Okay, and do not be deceived by the size of the African continent compared to, I don't know, the entirety of the world. Yeah, there is no bigger continent than Africa. There isn't. The entire world could fit in here easily. Yeah, so we are not taking the entire world. Yeah, we are not taking the entire world. We are taking, I don't know, half of them. Quarter of them will be dead. The other quarter will be used for war and things like that. So this is just me saying, right? I don't know how many people will be saved by coming here. I don't know, but people will come. Okay, because they will know that their safety will depend on it. Yeah. So this map is almost complete. Not yet though. Yeah. Not yet. Yeah. 2 down here and 1 above. I've said their names, and I've given their order a long time ago, and it has come to fruition. I'm just waiting for these 3. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but hey, waiting. Waiting. So until then, everybody do your work. Do your role. Help each other. Humanity depends on it. Yeah. Meanwhile, we recognize and know that God exists. Yeah. Recognize and know God exists. Okay. That is a very important fact. Yeah. So all of these creatures might come here and try to deceive us. Well, we should not fall for it. Yeah. We should not fall for it. You know, because we have grown up spiritually. Okay, all of their wonders should not amaze us. They should just amuse us. Amuse. Just as entertainment, just like in the movie sci-fi. They should not shake our faith in whatever way. Okay, in whatever way, our faith should not be shaken, but should be rather uh, reinforced. Yeah, reinforced and secured to withstand the temptations, and of course the trials that the devil will try to throw our way, to try to buy his way into heaven, into our hearts and into our souls. Okay, so we do not allow that to happen. So it must be secure from within. Yeah, that's what we are doing. Secure souls, secure people, secure countries, a secure kingdom from within. Yeah? And whoever tries to attack from outside, they can't stand the immense force that will overcome anything thrown at them because of the resilience and spirit of brotherhood and unity, right? So yeah, that's all I had to share with you for now. Just to consume these 2 videos and let what I just said settle in. You know, it's not really anything new that I haven't said, but again. So yeah, it's easy signing out. Bye.